Okay, got another Ampeg reverber rocket here. This one's a little different from the last. Much more original, much more awesome, I guess. I don't know. But like I said, Ampeg reverber rocket 2, 1965, 66, 67, somewhere around there. This one is in good condition. I would say it didn't clean up as nicely. It's got this, I don't know what it is. It's got to be dust or grime or something, but I really tried to clean it. But what you can't see necessarily on the camera is that it's very textured with all those diamonds, and it sits in there. It's a real pain in the butt to get out, and I couldn't get it out. But, you know, just kind of took the panel, cleaned it up, the front face panel. Like I said, try to get all the knobs the same and everything like that. Put a new handle on it because the other one was broken. Besides that, though, it's in pretty good condition. If we go around to the back, you notice the back is off. That's because I took it off. I actually have it, and you will be getting the back with it. But what we have is we have the tubes here, and something I want to point out is you have 7591s. Then you have a 7199 tube. That is not a 12AX7. It's a 7199. Ampeg were always fiddling around with their amps and doing this, that, and the other with it. And really, a lot of the amps from this era weren't necessarily the same. With that said, the 7199 is a little rarer. But, like everything else, I try to give you a spare of the tubes that you need. So you're going to get that. With that said, that's actually a good tube. The one in there is a good tube. They've lasted 30-40 years. I think they'll last another 30-40 fine. Got the 6U10 and then just your conventional 12AX7. The speaker down here, you see that on the foil, is actually, get this out of the way, is actually a Ampeg. It has an Ampeg sticker on it. Anybody could have put that sticker on, to be perfectly honest. But apparently it could be the Jensen 12N, 12C, something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's an Alnico speaker, an Alnico magnet, and I think it sounds great. I always equated it to a Cuban cigar. Yeah, it might be a counterfeit. No, it might not be the real deal, but if it's really good, who the hell cares, right? So it's a good speaker. I really can only give you my word that it's an original speaker, but like the tubes, and if anybody is really into Ampeg lore, if you will, they're always fiddling with it. A lot of things came with different speakers and this and that and everything. So, but this is one of the more, I guess, well-known speakers that came with it, and it's, you know what, it works really well with it. I think it sounds great. I even contemplated keeping it myself, but I figured I'm going to sit here and play rock and heavy metal. Somebody else would appreciate this speaker a little bit better. But like I said, the back of the amp, you're actually going to get the back plate, so don't worry about that one. And with this too, I'm also going to give you a set of spare power tubes, just because, you know, try to stick with, I guess, a little more period correct stuff. That's pretty much everything. Unlike the other one that I showed you guys, this one does have the original foot switch. But if anybody has ever used an original foot switch on one of these, they can sometimes stick. This one's been pretty well behaved, so I really wouldn't say one way or another about it. I mean, it's fine. When I stomp on it, it works, so that's always something to keep in mind with these older amps, is they sometimes don't work quite perfectly. But, you know, I'll show you. It works pretty well. So yeah, a lot more original than the other one that I put up. And it sounds great. So let me just play through it just to show you that everything's working fine. Okay, this is just clean on the amp. It's 9 o'clock. Bass and treble straight up. At 12 o'clock. And that might have washed out the speaker, but that's still really clean. It really starts to thicken up and break up around 2 o'clock or so. Sorry about that. Okay, and here's the foot switch on vibrato. There you go, it hit the first time. And on the first hit, it turned it back off. Great luck. And here's the reverb. Same time with this one. Like I said, this foot switch gave it a little cleaning and everything on the contact, so it's doing well. And that's everything on this one. I know you really couldn't probably hear the tone as much because of the camera and then YouTube compression and all that, but I tell you what, it's a beautiful speaker. It really is, you know. I can only give you my word that it's one of the original Jensen Alnicos. But, you know, they relabeled them, and Ampeg stuck their own brand sticker on it and everything. But I can safely say I think that it's an amazing speaker, regardless of its origins, regardless of what it is. I like the speaker. And if I could find another one, I would definitely buy it in a heartbeat. Assuming the right price. But, yeah, there you go. Ampeg Reverb Rocket, number 2. Happy bidding.